came back this evening, and how did you know he was coming? Tell me the situation that night.
Now we could hear his breath in the garage, and we thought, what was going on? We wondered what it was. So my son and I went down. He couldn't speak. I mean, he was, like I said, he's olive complexion, but he was absolutely white, greyish white. And we could see the heart under the shirt he was wearing, and pumping, and my oldest son said, I have to, this is something, I don't know what it is, but we have to give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, But he calmed him down, little by little. It took, maybe 20 minutes. Then he started to talk, and then, the blood, we could see the blood coming back.
What was his first words?
He said, I prayed to God, Mum. That's what he said. That was the first word he said. I said, what happened? What have you, what is going? And then he said, I know, I saw this thing, and that's how it started. And of course, as the evening, he tried to explain more detail. He thought first that it was a horse, but then he didn't see any back. He said it was just because he was parallel with what David was running. This, what can we say, creature was huge. He said it must have been 8 foot, at least 8 foot, this thing. And he definitely could see shoulders, the head, shoulders, arms. It was like a man, but he was all covered. But he couldn't. He was scared as well, I suppose. But he couldn't say it was, fur or what do you call it, hair or whatever. But it was covered. He said it was, But it was definitely a huge man thing.
Was this nighttime up there at that point? I mean, it was dark?
Yeah, it was dusky. Yeah, dusk, yeah.
Was the road that he was running on, did it have lights or anything, or would it have been pretty dark?
No, but he could see to run there, so I mean, but then again, by that time, his eyes was getting used to the dark too, when he's running it.
And what was his full story, that this thing had suddenly emerged or was running parallel with him along the road?
Yes, he just felt something, and he looked sideways, and he sees this huge thing, and the amazing thing was, David said, it was moving in the bushes. He could see the arms moving in the bush, and I mean, he could describe it much in detail, I suppose, and he said, I know it was a huge, huge man. It was no animals. No, he thought, no, it can't be a llama, because they have llama farms up here or somewhere too, and or horse and nothing. No, nothing like that at all. This was definitely a man, arms, shoulders. He could see the big shoulders and the arms. He's not a scared person, and he's very skeptical. He doesn't believe in fairy stories, and he didn't believe in stories they go around in the paper. He doesn't believe it. He's very much a skeptic. But this was absolutely, yes. So, but then he said he started to run. He took off, of course. He took off, And this thing, he said, I took my 10 steps at least, he said, fast. This thing goes boom, boom, heavy 2 steps. And of course that frightened. He was chasing, and that's when David took off. He ran for his life.
Ever come out of the bush, or it always stayed in the bush?
Oh, it didn't come out of the bush. No. No, oh my goodness, no. So no, he didn't look. He said he was definitely having a go. That's how he described it, having a go. And I just took off but he could describe it more in detail, like.
You were pretty impressed that he'd seen something, like it was definite fear and there was a real reaction.
Oh yes, no, I didn't. You see, we at first, when he spoke to me about it a little bit more, then I recalled about a year ago, it was a man, a middle-aged man up here. He's searching, or what do you call it? Not fossicking. What do you call it? Investigating these things about Bigfoot. So, but I've heard the stories about it. It was in the paper in Tamborine News, I believe. And then I thought, could it possibly? So I rang up the paper, and I asked for this man's address. But of course she said it was such a long time ago.
You know, I mean, has he said anything else beyond that evening?
Oh yes, we have actually. We have spoken about it. He can't forget that night. He couldn't sleep that night. No. And oh yeah. He said people are so silly. They don't know what's out there. They don't understand. He will not go running at the dusk now anymore. It's finished.
I'm just going to turn the tape recorder off now.